said. Okay. Embedded assessments have questions that were not in the benchmark or the framework lesson.
This is a very good question, and I'll tell you that. We started to hear that from some of the teachers, and again, I really appreciate the teachers that directly email me and give me the information, because in turn we are able to then immediately address it. Once we receive an email, we immediately deploy it to the appropriate staff member so that they can address the information. As you know, we do have a research and testing department that is the one that creates the assessments, and in turn when I get an email from you, I deploy it to them right away so they can address it. Because we knew that the questions were aligned, we actually had every single assessment between now and the end of the first cycle, and you will get it now for the second cycle, aligned question by question. And 3 weeks ago, I sent out an email to all of the teachers. I gave you a link to my website. On my website, you should have seen charts, subject by subject, grade by grade, answer key by answer key, item number by item number, aligned to where you would find it in the instructional pacing guide. I urge you to go see that, because even yesterday I was at a school and we were meeting with a group of teachers. And when we sat down to look, what they thought was not being aligned, as soon as we showed them where it was and they saw the actual alignment of those charts. And it was interesting to see that when I asked how many of you have seen the question and answer document that went out and how many of you have actually reviewed the alignment, very few people had taken the time to do that. So, what I would urge you to do is to make sure that you are able to, even if you look at the particular cycle that you're in and see the alignment, and furthermore, even if you're not using the lesson plans, that you read the background information that's in the lesson plan, because it actually tells you the scope of the standard that's supposed to be taught.
Okay, listen, the more you make noises, the fewer questions we're going to get to, and I believe I can get a one-word answer here. There is a statement and then a question. I'm only going to read the question, not the statement that goes with it, because it's actually academic. Have you taken any human management leadership courses? Just answer this one.
Yes, I have.
Did you pass? Excuse me. The more noise you make, the more.
With a 4.0.
The walkthroughs aren't meant to be evaluative, then why are they being done to begin with? What is their purpose? What are they being used for? We are being told that they are not evaluative, but it doesn't feel that way, and this is why I want to tell you that. Because in some schools, they just brought me one from Boca Raton High School. It has the name, the date, the teacher name, the class number, and they are told that every one of those is being filed. So they're saying, how can it not be evaluative if you are filing those things?
And I would answer to this question. First of all, I did send a notification to everyone, which you received, about the purpose of the classroom walkthroughs. I not only sent it to the administrators, but I copied all of the teachers. If you are at your individual site being told otherwise, or if in this particular case you have some checklist out there that has been created, please make sure you forward it to us so that we can address it. And as soon as we get it, we're able to address it. But if we don't know about it, we can't help. So at this particular time, I would urge that whoever wrote this question, if you have a particular concern with regards to it, send it to our office, and we'd be more than happy to address it for you.
This one's easy. Why are worksheets and assessments sent in color? Not all schools have color printers or access to color.
Right question.
That's not important.
Once again, I am not going, listen to me. I have heard that the district has occasionally dodged a question by just putting the card away. I am not going to let that happen here. Whatever question I happen to pick up, I will read. If it's not a question that has to be answered, then Mr. Hernandez doesn't have to answer it, but I will not skip any questions. What research-based data contradicts the fact that integrated learning creates well-rounded students who naturally connect their lessons to their world?
And this goes back to the first question that was answered. On the contrary, I am totally about integrated learning, and it should be taking place in your classrooms. So it goes back to the first question I answered. So to go forward with the next question, I will not answer this one this time, because we already answered it earlier.
How many years did you teach in a classroom? What levels and where and what subject?
I taught elementary. I taught 1st, 3rd, and 5th grade. I then was assistant principal in an elementary, a middle school. I was a principal in an elementary and a K-8. I was a region administrative director for curriculum and instruction and supervised 93 schools. I then was the state regional director for the differentiated accountability and supervised Palm Beach County, Broward, and Miami-Dade. And now I am the chief academic officer here for Palm Beach County.
Okay. Final on it. The question was, how many years did you teach in a classroom?
I was a teacher for 4 years. I taught at Frederick Douglass Elementary and at Key Biscayne Elementary.
And the subject?
I taught elementary.
Yes, but now in elementary you have to say what subject.
And going back to this question, because it's important, I not only taught elementary, but because I needed to have a second job to pay for my degree that I had just done, I taught adult school at night, 4 days a week. I taught GED and ESOL at the adult school for students that were graduating from high school that could not accomplish the diploma. And as you know, and for that question that just happened, I graduated from high school at 16 because I accelerated my years in high school. I was a teacher at 19 because I graduated from FIU. Because I want to make sure I answer the comments I'm hearing in the back. And last but not least, remember that to enter leadership positions, it is a statutory requirement that you teach 3 years in the classroom. So it is not, I taught. So I wanted to make sure that you had that information.